This should Africa.
African background. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching today. My name is Africa. It's Dem Boyz Podcast. And my name is David. That's right, Dem. What's your name?
Name.
His name is Name. He eats some something over now. We kind of having some fun today. But it's a beautiful day on this what is it, Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Switching up a little bit. Since it's a Wednesday, we're gonna ask a question. So we're gonna say, what 22-year-old would you take? Okay. We got basketball, we got MLB, we have baseball, MLB, we got baseball. No. Basketball, baseball, football. Bryce Harper batting .331. Okay, 17 home runs. That's second. Good for second in behind Nelson Cruz in Major Leagues. Has 42 RBIs right now. People are going up. Bryce Harper. He's doing pretty well right now. Anthony Davis, who actually finished this year, finished 5th in MVP voting. Right. Or you have Odell Beckham Jr., my Giant pride, countless Giants records. Even actually was the first Giant receiver to get 1,000 yards in his rookie season after missing the first 4 games. So he'd have broken even more NFL records if he had played the whole season. Go. Who you got and why?
I got Odell Beckham. I'm going different. Everybody usually know me as a basketball guy. If I'm going with wide receiver football because he didn't really get the complete whole season. So it's awesome to see something like that done. That level with a very physical sport as such as football, and it's just tough for a wide receiver to get touches like that. Sometimes. Even with Jerry Rice did his time. You can name the countless wide receiver. It's just tough for a quarterback to go to. You have your chosen ones, but to accumulate yards like that in the season is a tough task. I think it's a tougher task than accumulating points in basketball.
Correct.
So that's why I would go with Odell. For me, you asked me, I would go with Odell Beckham.
Okay. Is there any negatives? Do you see any negatives in starting Odell Beckham in your franchise at this age, not having completed a career, already had some injuries in the past?
Just the injury part, home part. Other than that, he has the ability to compete. It's just whether he can stay healthy. The only concern I would have as a franchise owner is the ability to stay out there.
Gotcha. Field, I'm actually gonna stick with basketball and pick Anthony Davis because 22 years old, fifth in MVP voting. Bryce Harper hasn't finished the season. He could completely turn it around and stink it up. I won't wait till Bryce Harper finishes the season before I say, hey, Bryce is now ready to take that next step into superstardom. Odell Beckham Jr., like I said, like you said, is an absolute monster, and I'm a Giant fan, so it's kind of crazy me not saying it, but Anthony Davis, I feel, has the level of basketball that not many big men have today. And, you might have your DeMarcus Cousins as far as offensive, right? Even defensively. DeMarcus Cousins offensively can hold his ground with him, but not other big men have that game.
No.
And so, he could shoot from the outside. He could take you inside. That's where my pick is. So you pick Beckham Jr. I got Davis. Fans. People watching. Who do you guys have? Right. Because these are 3 great 22-year-olds, and we'll see what they.
It is. Thing is just taking care of off the field, off the court, taking care of your business.
Yeah, off the field, exactly. Off the field, off the court.
Yep, that's what is them. They can have great careers down the line if they just take care of business.
22 years old. That's crazy.
I think they're in a good position to be multi-millionaire.
Transition to, since I said basketball, I'm going to go to basketball. We got this NBA Finals going on, and before the NBA Finals, actually, no, the NBA Finals are not going on because the the Warriors have not won yet. But the Hawks and Cavaliers series
have not won yet. Everybody out
exactly
there.
Haven't won yet for the Warriors, but for the Cavaliers, okay. Al Horford, we're gonna talk about this. Al Horford with the elbow, got kicked out the game. In the second quarter, okay? They were up in the second quarter by, I think, about 10 at the time. The Cavs came back and won in overtime without Al Horford, okay? That set them up to be 3-0 instead of 2-1. Right. No team has ever come back from 3-0. Do you feel he should have been suspended?
No.
Ejected.
No, not ejected because you had other, that's the heat of the playoffs, and there was other players that even the commentators talked about shouldn't be ejected. You had another play, I forgot, when the Cavalier was a foul, and there was no ejection. Play with 2, so it is at the same level. So to me, I think it's just preferential star treatment or preferential team treatment, and the Hawks were put in that underdog situation. So it's a sad case. I mean, but a lot of people smell the conspiracy. But on the other hand, I was talking with someone last night. The Hawks do not have a go-to offensive person, though.
Correct.
So on one hand, they can be a great shooting team together, and then another night they can't. Also, I do believe the conspiracy theory because we have seen them play better. There's something fishy there because we have seen them play better and defend better. I think they're a better defensive team
than what they showed.
Especially
that last game. I mean,
it's just something just doesn't fit right. And you hate to think that, but in 2015, 21st century, professional sports have changed, revolutionized tremendously, or evolved. Let's say not revolutionized, but evolved tremendously. We're talking about dollars and cents.
Correct. I mean, as far as you're saying the Hawks don't have that go-to guy. I think if they did have one, if you had to pick a go-to guy, Horford would have been that guy.
But not offensive, not that big. He's not that big. They don't have a big shot player.
Correct. The big shot player.
They don't
yes.
have that. Get on my back. Let's go. We're going to fight out of it. You don't have that. You just have we work well together. So when you have that, when you have well put together team. Mm-hmm. Now, any given night, now there's a hodgepodge trying to find who's going to step up. They need to step up. So, you go to other teams that get to the playoffs, they have that person that knows how to turn it up, knows how to help their team turn it up a notch. And so Hawks don't have that. Al Horford can't give that energy, that burst, turn it up. I don't see that. Teague can't do that. I mean, so and the list goes on. I mean, then after Teague and Horford, you forget the rest of the name of the kick people.
Well, yeah, the way they played was they played very good team ball, just like the Grizzlies. And I think as far as those two teams, if you had to pick somebody, it would have been Sebo and Al Horford. Like that's who you had to give the ball to if you needed some points.
It's just not a great.
It's not a great option.
It's not a great option.
No, correct. And that's that. They showed that they couldn't make it past that. And as far as Dwight Howard. And his spinning back fist, he doesn't get kicked out.
That's superstar treatment. We talked about it. Where are you on the star chain?
Do you think the NBA is setting the Cavaliers up to win the finals?
I think so. I mean, but the basketball world wants to see Stephen Curry.
They do, James. But I want to see. I want to see the
Rockets
best
are not
teams out
digging
there.
Out of that hole. Yeah, I say that, and then they'll turn around and round off 2 games. Right? And where's the conspiracy theory on that?
They surprised us with the Clippers. They're coming back over 19 points to almost twice. I mean, they definitely. The Rockets
I don't see this time. I think it's just a little shot, in the bucket just to feel good. Maybe they may get one more and they're done, but
Well, I mean, the NBA definitely got what they wanted. Yeah. NBA fans, I guess.
Fans, no.
Fans,
yes. Yeah.
People who love stardom got what they wanted. Right. People who love to see a good basketball game didn't necessarily, it's not the knockout fight. You're going to get that knockout. You're not going to get that 12-round drag out.
I mean, finals, when's the last time you see somebody swept in a conference final? That's rare. First round, you
Lakers, way back when.
When
they swept, they swept and they faced Allen Iverson in the thing. That's the last time that I can think of it. Other than that,
they swept Sixers, right?
Yeah. No. They didn't sweep the Sixers. They lost on game 1 because they were partying all week and they came back and Iverson put up 30-something on them.
Yeah, that's right. And then it was 4-1 after.
Exactly, 4-1 right after that. They almost literally swept the playoff series and. That it just doesn't happen.
No.
They said if the Warriors did sweep the Rockets, it would have been the first time since 1947 since that's ever happened. A multiple conference sweep. So the Warriors are going to take on the Rockets tonight. Do you have the Warriors taking it this game, or the Rockets maybe getting one more?
Give me Rockets one more.
One more?
Interest. Yeah.
They are in interest. Yep.
Let's wear out Stephen Curry. He's a little more tired.
I
don't think he has a tie. Well, I think it was a dumb defensive play by him.
Right?
If you be honest with you.
To be perfectly honest, Steph.
I mean,
he wanted to look.
Trevor Ariza just playing ball, and you did. I mean, what else can you do?
And it's not even like he ducked like this. He just went up and he pump faked and that was it. He'd never try to, scoop him from underneath. And I've seen people saying, oh, Trevor Ariza, but no,
that was just a don't leave your feet.
Exactly.
I mean, Trevor Ariza didn't make Stephon Curry leave his. Stephon Curry jumped. I was like, what were you thinking? And that's where the inexperience of the youth come in, where you see some of those youthful inexperiences. Not that he's not a great player. He's becoming a great player. He's not even a great player yet. That's what people realize. He's
27. He's 27 years old, Steph Curry. So he's been in the league for a little bit, but he's now just starting to get into his own, and he's going to take. I don't know. It's going to be a very good finals. I'm going to enjoy it. Do I feel that the best two teams might have been in it?
No,
not necessarily.
No, I agree.
Even though they were, the top two teams in the East and West. In the regular season, I just don't feel that.
I don't think they're the best teams playing that way
right now. I mean, you got Kevin Love out. Now, I'm not saying the injuries were. We'll say yes or no.
Sped the game up. Kevin Love was like a blessing in disguise for Cavaliers because they could speed the game up and down. You got somebody actually can guard that position
with Tristan Thompson.
Right, he can actually guard that position.
Who do you feel should stay a Cavalier, like LeBron James said? He should probably stay a Cavalier forever, or do you think he should go get some money somewhere else and be treated with respect?
Get some money somewhere else and respect. I mean, it's not being a poor sport; it's being just compensated for your work and the dirt, and the intangibles that he does. And I think we talked about that before, and it's just if they're not going to negotiate or sit down and look at anything they're gonna do for him. But you go somewhere. There's teams out there that appreciate what he brings to the table, and the work ethic and the things that Tristan does in the game is it's hard to come by with that type of size player. So
that's very true. As far as grabbing boards, he does it on the level, if not a little bit better than Kevin Love. If to be perfectly honest, Kevin Love had inflated numbers in Minnesota. He had inflated numbers.
You weren't winning, so
exactly.
You can put up numbers. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
That's what people don't realize. But now, let's look at your numbers where you're winning and how significant you are down the stretch in the game. You don't have to be the clutch player, but the player that's significant in the game when it matters. Mm-hmm. That's what people don't realize. You don't have to take the winning shot or shot to make the difference, but are you contributing when it matters?
If you're Kevin Love, are you going to take the Chris Bosh approach and just take your third real role and try to continue with this? Or
I think I don't see it as a good fit from the beginning. I thought it was a bad shot. I would have stayed with Wiggins, but everybody was like, because Wiggins didn't have any expectations. He wasn't expected X amount of touches. Mm-hmm. Kevin Love is. LeBron James is.
Exactly.
J.R. Smith is. They're expecting.
J.R. Smith gets his shots up a game. He does.
You know what I'm saying? So, so why would you bring in somebody, rookie, that says, hey, I'm going to just fill my way in and find my niche? And that's what a rookie does because they know that I got to make a statement and just look for the opportunity versus, you're fairly established. Now, you need somebody to, or you feel you're entitled to something like Carmelo Anthony. I love the Knicks, but he's the worst thing that happened to the Knicks because, here's the thing. Talked to somebody last night. Carmelo Anthony, Shumpert, J.R. Smith alone could have got healthy, get the Knicks to the 8th spot.
Oh, yeah.
Just those three alone.
And then the rest Prigioni is not the greatest point guard, but at the same time, he's with the Rockets.
Not saying you're going to go past the first round, but there's no reason why those three talents just will it to 8th spot.
Kind of funny. You have your Prigioni, you have your Shumpert, and you have your J.R. Smith. They all leave, and now they're in the conference finals. You have your Melo, who just basically just said, "I'm wrapping this season up and taking the Knicks down with me." I'm like I said, I'm a Knicks fan too, and so I kind of am. I feel some sort of way about Carmelo Anthony. I do.
Yeah, big baby.
Exactly. $126 million to go waste your time there. Good job. He got his money.
$126 million cryback.
He got his money. Transition over to MLB. The Mets, who are actually doing pretty well this season.
Been a long time.
It's been a while since they're doing well. Thinking about actually going to a 6-man rotation, which has never really been done in the major leagues. It's more done in Japan, where they actually Tanaka on the Yankees that's why he got hurt, because he was doing 6-day rotations and the Yankees did a 5-day rotation. Elbow couldn't take it. Now he's probably going to get Tommy John surgery.
Right.
But the Mets. So what do you think about the 6-man rotation in August? Do you think it might be beneficial or?
Japan has some intelligence there, and obviously it works.
Mm-hmm.
So in that situation, you may have to depend on maybe a batting duel because one pitcher is not as strong as the other. But overall, I think that's a smart thing to do if you want to kind of try to stretch out the life of
with your older pitchers. Yeah,
right.
yeah, your Bartolo Colons, and yeah,
right.
I understand.
I think it's just more of a forced situation, looking at what you have and say, hey, we need to see if this will help.
Correct.
And get a few extra more wins out of those veteran guys versus grinding them out.
Versus Tanaka, who's 25 years old and now can't pitch for a couple more weeks. A couple rumors in Major League's got the Reds manager. The Cincinnati Reds are actually hosting the All-Star game, but because they've lost 9 in a row, they're about to fire their manager, Brian Price. Do you think that's? I think it's an absolutely great idea.
The Reds never been the same since they got rid of Baker. Since they parted ways.
Exactly.
So that's what I've noticed. Since they got rid of Baker, it never really seemed like to recover or rebuilt correctly because he has a. It's tough. Baseball is tough to get those strategic. It's a chess game of knowing where to put your talented players and to get the most out of them. And so, man, he didn't rally the troops. He didn't know his rotation, man.
It's not a done deal yet. Just rumors bouncing around. But I think he needs the boot. Another funny thing is the Marlins manager, who actually never managed before a week ago, who they gave a job. They
not even Little League.
Not even Little League. Right. He over here managed. They losing about 7-9. So
just somebody cousin or something.
Basically, I heard an article on ESPN. Buster Olney will call you out because he said that Alex Rodriguez could be their next manager in 2016. Some foolishness. Absolutely ridiculous, Buster. If you think that's the case, then you should probably not be writing for ESPN. But who am I to say that? Right. A couple more rumors. Johnny Cueto on the Reds, actually, is going to get traded. He needs to go because he's just he needs to go.
It's past his time with the Reds. It was a good run. I remember he had some good times with it, but sometimes you just need to part ways. You need something new, they need something new. And exactly. That's where it is.
Get talent, you get some young talent. It
was a good ride. That's all it is. We cannot ride anymore.
Can't ride anymore. Cole Ham was pretty much the same way. Actually, Cueto to as far as where they're going to go, I heard the Royals actually might try to get Johnny Cueto.
Use him like what?
They need that go-to pitcher. The Royals need that go-to pitcher because, no
Ventura.
So sorry, they have when the playoffs come, they have no go-to guy as far as who you're going to give the ball to. They have guys who are very good pitchers, but they don't have that go-to guy, and they might have that go-to guy, Johnny Cueto. Cole Hamels might be Yankee, hopefully. Saying that New York talk. But those are 2 guys on the trade block right now. We'll see where they go. As far as NFL, Texans are on the Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks on the Texans. What do you even think about that show?
Stupid.
To be honest,
it's stupid. I think the show was stupid. I think you just open up more issues for players, and you need to keep their part. Just kind of protect business. A little bit of privacy that they have protected because people are too critical.
Think the NFL is just trying to make some money?
Of course.
It's not out, right? NFL is trying to make some money.
Ratings and dollar signs.
Exactly.
You know how they go.
All right, it's good. Yeah. NFL, you got this show probably should just go away. Yeah. People are like, no, we don't want to do it. No, we don't want to do it. And everybody's like trying to pass it off, and they're like, oh, you guys are the ones. And how's that even fair? Ray McDonald, second time arrested for domestic abuse, busted in the door. Busted in his bedroom door.
His own bedroom door.
His own bedroom door.
She called 911.
Now he's cut. To be perfectly honest,
she cut too. Financially, she cut. He cut and she cut. So hey, think about it. What you think? He wasn't going to go public?
Good job, Bears. Way to pick him up. And perfectly honest, Cowboys.
They pick up talent. Here the thing is, they pick up talent. They don't pick up personally. That's what people have to understand. it's their responsibility to take care of the issues off the field. They, you're looking at talent invest. You have no control of what a human being does, the decisions that they make. And then again, this is the privacy of our home. But what happens, you have legal ramifications involved, and then it becomes untouchables. So, as the consequences of the decisions you make. Now, if you're an everyday person, you call it, you just go to court, get your arraignment, get your restraining order, and you go about your business. And, you still keep your job.
Exactly. But today's day and age, you have news.
Well, here's the thing is you have a news that has to demonize people or capitalize on people's flaws and mistakes. Domestic violence is it's not tolerant, it's not good. But the thing is if this is such an issue, won't you make a national campaign about it? That's my thing. Don't just every individual. It's such a. Well, if you're so concerned about it, I don't see a consistent campaign from the NFL to decrease domestic violence or to help women that are victims of domestic violence. Right. So I don't see that in their programs. So you better make it one because that's the theme of what's going on.
Pretty much. Another guy that has video of this, domestic abuse, Ray Rice. There's executives saying
that wasn't domestic. That was a 2-round knockout in the elevator.
Okay, so what it was
videotape.
What it was exactly. So either way, it happened.
Now standing in this corner of the elevator, that's what that was. And then the left side of the elevator, right in the fiance. That was bad, man.
It was, and it is. It was bad. It was terrible.
That's drugs. But a hell of influence for both of them was on it.
But the thing is,
y'all to argue in public like that and both getting the fight. Here's the thing: it wasn't the first time they got into an altercation. No. They were just on, as a couple.
Yeah.
It wasn't the first time he put hands on her. Is it right? No, that's cowardly. But the thing is, you got to look at this couple had a history. Ray McDonald and his wife. They have a history. It wasn't the first time with the domestic. It was the second. And before, it was the second reported issue with Ray McDonald.
Exactly. The second reported issue with Ray McDonald. And that's why he's out the league. These guys are in the public eye. I mean, we kind of talked about this.
So my thing again is, Goodell, since you're so perfect, what do you do wrong? What makes
Goodell's not news, though.
I know, but my thing is, you putting all these, you mess with people's livelihoods. And yes, they should know better. But come on,
I don't have a problem with Ray Rice not being signed. I don't have a problem with Ray McDonald being cut.
I still think they're good and the quality players.
Yeah, but do you want that distraction on your team? Do you want constant news talking about your players are being asked these questions? It's not just you. You have to take accountability for the people that your teammates are. You cannot abuse your wife simply just because it's going to draw that attention. Yes, it is not something that she should be fired for.
Right, thank you. Again,
it's
I go
not
back
something
to my
you should
question.
be fired for.
Is it people in the offices of franchise?
But that's not what they're firing. They're not firing them for that. Are they a part of the team? And are they getting news? Are they getting news? Is news stories being covered?
No.
Are players being asked?
No, because somebody is covering it up for them.
That's why they're. I mean, NFL players.
The higher up the chain you go, the more protection you get.
As far as Jerry Jones has gotten accused of sexual assault, and
does he still have his franchise?
He does, but at the same time, he's not.
Why?
Okay, because he's the owner of the team.
Because he's a multi-millionaire owner, right?
He owns the team.
Exactly. That's just the chain.
It's correct. So I mean, I understand where you're coming from. I'm not happy about it. I really am not happy about it. But the fact is, if you own the team, if you own the team, then the NFL, the head of the NFL,
circumstances that could be.
Do people look at owners like they look at players? No. Should they? Yes. But the thing is, owners are the ones that should be. I think it should be more idolized than the players are because the owners are the ones that give the players the checks. They create the opportunity. Why don't more people are going to be those or can be those owners than can be those players? So why don't we look at those owners and take accountability for those owners? And you're right as far as those players should not be
because they don't catch the football, do the dance, do this.
They're not kicking. They're not kicking. I'm saying they're not kicking Ray McDonald off because he's beating his wife. It's because of the distraction. That's it. Simple as that. You cannot have that distraction.
Okay. So about the Colts,
Jim Irsay? That one offense, you got to. I've only heard of one. The whole drinking thing. And the that one time. What was the other offense?
There's always been a history of that. He's been intoxicated.
So, like I say, it's not what they do. It's the attention it causes.
On the chain.
It's the attention it causes.
It's just where you are on the career chain.
It's today's day. It's today's day. If it didn't cause the attention, if Ray McDonald was not the person he is, and he did not get, he would not be.
So to me, the Deflategate, then everybody should be.
Well, the team won a Super Bowl, so clearly it wasn't that much of a problem. That's what I'm saying. The attention is really. I mean, the NFL should have handled the Deflategate a lot better than what they did.
It's terrible.
But the players themselves have to take accountability of their own players. You cannot. I'm just going to slow pitch softball, okay? Just randomly slow pitch softball. This is the last story before we leave.
Yeah.
Slow pitch softball. There was a guy that brought two guys over that says no alcohol. You cannot drink alcohol in here, right? They bring alcohol. The owner of the thing comes up to and says, you have to leave. Okay, one of my teammates goes over there and starts stuff with the owner of the field. Exactly. That makes me look bad, all right? I never want to play on that team again. You know why? Because he made me look like an idiot. All right, Ray McDonald's making his team look like an idiot just because he got signed.
His whole team.
The Bears look bad. The Bears look bad.
Team.
The Bears look bad because of that. The Cowboys look bad because of the people they signed.
I disagree.
You don't think the Cowboys look bad?
No.
With Greg Hardy signings?
That person looks bad because they made a mistake and because they got into a situation. You can't say
the team looks bad for signing.
Whole reputation. No, it don't.
Maybe just because I'm a Giants fan and we don't sign people that have those type of issues. But I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Hey, Plexico shot his leg. Okay, that's the biggest issue that we had in New York. Plexico shot his leg. Okay.
There's nobody that's unscathed. Everyone has. It's how you handle it.
It's the noise that it brings to the team.
That did not make the team look bad. That made the person look bad. And the thing is, if it's going to be a constant problem, then you get rid. What people do is instead of turning around, you get rid of it.
That's what they did.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. But that is the staunch, capitalistic, Eurocentric way, right? Forget working because let's go. Robert Downey Jr. How many times he's on cocaine? But you just said Josh Hamilton didn't get suspended. He was on cocaine.
Correct. Josh Hamilton did not
get suspended for baseball.
But and what did the Angels do? Got rid of him because it brought bad attention. The Rangers picked him up, but that's because the Rangers love him.
Is he still in the league?
Texas loves him.
But is he still in the league?
The Cowboys are in Texas. Something is wrong with Texas. I'm coming to Texas.
Is Josh Hamilton still working?
Yeah.
Thank you.
But if you look at it, Ray McDonald was still working until he made that second mistake.
How many times did Josh Hamilton was on cocaine?
Obviously a lot, but twice as you really heard about in the media. Twice. It's the same thing with Ray McDonald, but Josh Hamilton should not be playing right now. I don't think not with the cocaine, admitted cocaine use. You're right. He shouldn't be.
That's felony.
But the Angels kicked him off the team.
Was he banned from baseball?
Is Ray McDonald banned from football?
I bet you indirectly he will be.
Probably he will be. He probably will be. That's all we have today. Thank you very much for listening. My name is David Allen.
One Coleman. Sweet.
Dem Boyz Sports. I9 Sports. K-Bath.
Sweet swishes.
Good night.